Hey guys, FilthyRobot here, back with the Arumba to continue our Civ 5 playthrough, and maybe get some settlers out this episode, at least possibly, maybe, 4 turns, is that doable?
Yeah, I don't know, you tell me. So, trespassing in Milan, we've pissed him off. How much opinion did we lose, actually, just out of curiosity?
1.
6.
Oh, 6.
They're pissed.
Really?
They don't like it.
6 for 1 turn?
Yeah, they hate you. They're mad at you. You specifically.
Okay.
Would you take the hill here or interior?
Interior.
Really? Even though we've already uncovered most of this?
No, you're probably right. Hill's probably better. It's just
Nice. Okay,
Nice.
so that was, we found the ruins. We're trespassing in Milan. Someone's founded a monument to the gods.
Okay, that's fine. We're not going to build wonders. Someone's got a great library.
We're never going to be able to do great libraries, right? Like any wonders for the most part.
Supposedly it's possible, and I don't know how true this is. If you find this city, there's apparently, if you don't have random personalities on, and some AIs are more likely to build wonders, and if you find the AIs that are more likely to build wonders and you war them in the early game, basically just harassing them, they'll prioritize military over the wonder, and you can rush the wonder, supposedly.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, the next choice here kind of sucks, in my mind.
Really? Legalism is amazing. We're going to take legalism 100%.
Okay, but we don't have a national wonder, and is it going to give us an actual cultural building right now? I don't think we have any others unlocked.
Question. A lot of I don't know this. I mean, this +2 culture for national wonders is new as of this version of the mod, as a trying to boost tradition to make it a little bit more on par with liberty right now. So the reason why we're going to take legalism is because it's a prerequisite for the ones under it, and those are both really good early game. Those are growth in the cap and then just happiness, which we're going to need. That's why we're going to take it.
This one does nothing. Because we're not going to build wonders, so we don't have 10 pop. So
that's correct.
Does nothing. Functionally
we'll
0.
Be taking that. Well, it does apply to national wonders too, and we will build national wonders, but later we'll do that. So yes, at the moment it gives us functionally 0.
And the happiness is you have to have actually 10 citizens, or does it give you fractional happiness?
No, it's not fractional happiness, and it's not across cities. It's in each city.
Okay. And oligarchy we don't need because we're not under attack. We're not really at war with anyone. So yeah, there's really no choice to be made here.
What I want to see now, though, is so for lots of things, for all the ideology happiness policies, the palace counts as a national wonder, and I want to see if the palace counts as a national wonder here.
It does not. We still have 6 culture.
That's so inconsistent, and I wonder if that is a coding mistake from the people who made version 11 mod, because
it's listed as a wonder, yeah.
Yeah, and if you look at that, you see all the boosters there: universal healthcare, mandate of heaven, piety, that type of. Well, actually, universal healthcare and mandate of heaven, right?
Yeah,
universal healthcare is for each national wonder in your empire, you get 1 happiness, and it's giving 1 happiness off the palace, which means it counts it as a national wonder. So that's kind of annoying. We don't get the culture from that. That may just be a bug. I may have to report on that. We'll see.
You probably should. It even says right there, only 1 allowed per player, and it's in the wonders category, so it most definitely is a national wonder.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And the other thing is, you notice we didn't get a building from legalism.
Yeah, that's what I checked right away.
Yeah, this is another min-maxing thing that maybe I should have given you the option for, but I didn't, which is that you can sell your monument as you take that policy, and it will grant you a free monument when that happens, so you won't have to pay the 1 gold upkeep on the monument for doing that. The downside is later on, when we hit the tech, drama and poetry, which is the prerequisite tech for amphitheaters, we will be given an immediate free amphitheater.
And the amphitheater is the same thing. It's 0 maintenance because it was gifted, and this one costs 100 production to build versus the.
It's even further. It's the first building. I don't think it has a prerequisite tech. It's the same cost as a shrine, though.
The monument costs 40, so 60 hammers later on, and yeah.
Versus 1 gold, and it is a decision. And honestly, I made this decision for you. But we're just going to take it this way because I don't want to build an amphitheater later, and we will actually, especially as tradition, we're going to want to get all of our amphitheaters and opera houses up so we can get a hermitage a little bit later. So.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're probably looking at a solid, 50, 60 turns until we could actually have an amphitheater, though. So, I mean, just to do the comparison, you get 10 gold for selling the monument, and then you get 1 gold per turn. So it's like 70 gold.
Depending on our tech path, it probably won't be 50 or 60 turns because our science will go up rapidly. Right now, we have no science modifiers and very low pop. So those techs are artificially higher than they'll be in actual turn count.
I kind of want to keep sight on Koala.
Yep, okay? He can see you from these hills. So yeah, we can go look anyways. Let's figure out where Germany's borders are. Yeah, but he can see you on that tile, so he'll never bring a worker out.
Okay.
Because he knows you're hostile and you're looking to steal.
So what would you do then? Keep going west, or should we actually camp the worker?
I think we can get that horse. At the very least, even if... Okay, so here's what's going to happen. We might not get the horse because he might move the worker out, see us, then move back. If that's the case, we're hoping to spot that, and then we'll let him improve the horse. Then when he goes to improve the silver, we'll get him there.
Okay. So for now, keep scouting.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Gotcha. Moving right along.
All right. Oh, here's something else. This is min-maxing again. Your workers,
nice.
when you started improving a mine, I am in the habit of issuing commands to all of my workers every single turn. And this is why the habit matters. Because when you put on a strategic resource or a luxury resource, you get the happiness when you finish clicking it. So if you look at this right now, how many turns in the worker?
2.
Okay, next turn we're going to worry about this. So click that button for me, because that will issue a command. And let's just make this move, and I'll show you next turn the difference.
Now it's already showing 1. I see what you're saying. So we're getting the benefit before we end the turn versus after at the beginning of the next turn.
Yeah, and for things like strategic resources, which we sell, that means an extra turn of gold from selling it. And for luxury resources, that means immediate happiness as opposed to happiness at the end of a turn. And for finishing roads, that means immediate military movement versus later on. All right, so 4 turns to growth. What if we work that from the sheep?
Just 2 over the next 3 turns.
Okay, so if you work the sheep, we should get that, right?
Work the sheep. You mean the
I'm sorry,
cows?
work the cow, yeah.
Yeah.
It
So
went
now
to
we're at 3,
Good.
and
Good, that's good timing.
yeah, we're actually gonna have an excess of 4, so we don't need to work it permanently. Just work it for like a turn.
Okay, perfect.
So if that's the case, shouldn't we wait and do it at the end? Because you told me to do it that way with the other thing.
Sure. Yeah, although the restriction here is not the hammers, it's the food. Because what can happen is a barb could come stand on one of our cattle or bison by spawning and moving towards us. So that's the one we're not going to be able to fix if they break it.
So you're gonna backtrack now. Gotcha.
No, that's consistent.
Okay.
You want to be able to plan for the stuff that could happen to you.
Okay, the wheel's the cheapest. Should we? What do you want to do? Wheel and writing.
I very much like. I don't want to do either wheel or writing. I want to do either masonry or bronze working.
Okay, why?
Probably with a slight priority towards masonry, because what I'm wanting here is construction and ironworking, and the wheel will get you to construction. So that is one of the prerequisites. So maybe the wheel could be okay there. What I want is early compos and early swordsmen. The AI part of its calculations for deciding whether or not it's going to attack you is just raw military score. So having some military units in the early, or not the super early game, but the kind of mid early game is going to be nice to have units that are useful, that upgrade across the eras. So if we get experience, it's going to be helpful for us and are strong enough to actually repel the AI.
So that's this number. This number determines whether or not they can beat you.
That's yeah.
Where the hell does this number come from? Why 18,439?
It's based on the melee strength of your units, not the range strength. So ranged units actually count for lower score than they are actually worth, because if you notice, do we have any ranged units right now? We don't. Ranged units have 2 numbers, just like in Civ 6, right? They have a anti-melee number, and they have their ranged attack number. If you mouse over any of the melee ranged initiatives, yeah. So right there you see ranged combat strength 10, melee combat strength 6.
Gotcha.
So
makes sense.
That number is in part calculated on their melee combat strength only.
So you would not build any chariot doctors? You don't like them?
No, the problem with chariot, it's not that I don't like chariots. Chariots are very good in certain situations. It's what we want to do here for the AI, because we're going to be, our production is going to be very busy, especially on standard speed. We're going to be building a lot of infrastructure. We don't want to build units all the time. If we're ever in a position where we're forced to span units, that is bad for our overall game, because we don't want to be sitting there when we could be building more valuable infrastructure, building units. So what I look for when I'm thinking about what units do I want to use versus the AI is terrible at war. I want blocker units and I want ranged units. And what I want are blocker units and ranged units that are going to be good across the eras, and that I can use gold to upgrade them across the eras. And the problem with because the swordsmen are going to go so it goes warrior, swordsman, long swordsman, musket, rifle, great war infantry, infantry, and that upgrades all the way through the eras. This is the problem with the spearmen. Spearmen goes spearmen, pikemen, and then into lancers, and lancers are not a blocker unit anymore. So
they're not a blocker unit. Why not? What does that mean?
So different units get different bonuses based on terrain. So horse units, all of them, do not get, they can't fortify. So fortification bonuses in this are 20% for the first turn, 40% for the second turn of fortification.
What? I had no idea. Since when do they get bonus fortification on the second turn? That is...
Since always in Civ 5.
In vanilla too?
Yeah.
There's no way that's in the encyclopedia. How'd you learn this?
I've played with players.
No. I'm gonna look for this. There's no way it tells you in here.
I don't know.
It doesn't. There's just no way. How did I don't like hidden information.
Ideally,
anyway.
with a unit, you want it to stay there for at least 2 turns to get the maximum bonuses you get. The second thing is melee units and not all the melee units, blocker melee units, so non-horse units and archer units receive bonuses based on the terrain they're standing on as well. So if you're on a hill with a blocker unit that's fortified 2 turns, it's 65% combat bonus, 20% for each turn, and 25% for the hill. If you also build
whoa, 20% each turn. I thought you said that it was the fortified bonus was 25 then 40.
No, it's 20 then 40.
20 then 40. Okay, got it. I'm gonna internalize that.
Okay, good. Internalize it.
20 and then 40 after 2 turns. But and then okay, so You just said something else that caught my attention. You said that non-blocker units... No, you said blocker units and archers get defensive terrain bonuses. You're saying horses don't get defensive terrain bonuses for being on a hill?
That's correct. So they're the promotions you get if you choose. So when you choose promotions on melee units in this game, including horse units, you're going to get open terrain. I call them open terrain or rough terrain, which is how the promotion works. You're going to get bonuses for either. If you look them up, they're called drill and shock. Mm-hmm. If you want to look at them, but it's a 15% combat bonus based on the terrain type you're on or attacking into, depending if you're attacking or defending.
So melee promotions, drill one.
Yeah, right there. So
just roughly, would you say drill is better than shock because of the defensive bonuses?
It's entirely based on where you're defending in, right?
Okay, because I can never decide between the two.
It's just based on terrain.
I usually take the one that's going to benefit me the most that turn, which is probably the wrong way to do it.
Well, yeah, I mean a little bit more feature planning would be good for that than just that turn. But in general, that's kind of what you're doing. But anyway, so rather than make this too long about this, essentially what it is horse units have no defensive bonus for being in terrain, and they don't get fortification bonuses. So you want a blocker unit that's going to take that. I mean that's right there, difference in 65% combat if you're on a hill, right? Just from that.
That's huge.
Now the horse units still get the promotion bonus. They'll still get drill if they're on a hill. They'll get that 15%, but that's inconsequential compared to the other bonuses they could be getting. So.
Okay. So long story short, we're going to go for masonry and bronze working so we can get these two units so that we don't get killed by the AI. So which one first?
I like wheel first.
What? You were saying you want to go with the masonry?
Yeah, click on construction. Left click on construction for me.
Where's construction?
The one with the pump.
This one.
Requires the wheel. Along the way. You have it auto closing. So I don't let it auto close. So
how do you turn that off?
Hit escape, go to options. And it's probably interface options and close tech tree city screen right there. Unclick that one.
Close tech tree city screen. That's not very clear, but okay. So now, selecting tech doesn't close it when you make a decision. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
So that's why. And we're gonna use your min-maxing thing right here, right? We're gonna take the fact that they already a bunch of people had the wheel. So let's tech that first. It's one less turn than masonry, and we still need to get to construction. So let's do it.
Right. So while we're doing this, the idea being that someone else could finish masonry, we could save 6 science points.
Exactly.
Sure.
And we do have a stone in the cap, so it would be nice to improve the stone, but we're not going to get to that by the time we tech for that anyway, so we might as well do other things with our workers.
You think we might? Any chance we're going to build a watermill?
Eventually, but not until we get cellars out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the this thing here.
Oh, we got a rune that showed us another rune. That's okay. So they combined. So you used to be able to get map runes and barb hut runes that you tell you the location of the barbs, or give you a map that's been combined in the mod because those were too weak compared to the other runes. So now it gives you both. It shows you a map and barbs.
I see.
Another city state. Awesome. We want the gold.
Okay, that's the end of that turn there.
This is actually really valuable. This is one of the things you want to do in the early game with scouting is you want to meet as many city-states as possible for long-term chances at quests, meet as many players as possible for discount in gold, or discount in science rather, and then meet city-states for gold because it's really impactful in the early game. It can prop your entire economy up if you meet enough of them.
Gotcha. So we definitely want to meet him. If we move here, we can still move away.
Yes.
But we don't want to go there because that'll be adjacent. So do we really want to move
here?
It's
not so bad with a warrior. We're going to have the scout in rough terrain, so we'll get the 25% combat strength bonus. I'm okay, and I don't mind getting experience on scouts. I just don't want to fight hand axes with scouts because they're going to crush them. I want to move there. I want to move to that hill.
So how much weaker is the barbarian brute? It was only one. It was 8 and 9.
Yeah, but the difference is barbarian brute will lose combat strength as it attacks you because you can counterattack melee to melee. The hand axe is ranged, so it won't lose combat strength as it attacks you.
Okay. So maritime. How many different types of city-states are there in Civ 5? You got maritime, culture...
Food, which is maritime. It's food, culture, faith, what are we missing? Happiness, and I believe there's one more type. I'm just trying to think what it is, though, off the top of my head. There's at least 4, possibly 5.
There's the... Yeah, okay, whatever. Would you rather...
Yeah, move through his terrain. Sure.
Just piss him off for a turn. Ooh, a worker.
Yeah, well, you're not taking it, though. I know you want it. I want it, too.
Of course I do.
Right.
We already have the scouting, so we should just go the most direct route.
Yep.
You wouldn't do 3 turns at once, though, right? You'd only do 1 at a time.
Yep.
Okay. Would you try to kill that unit?
Something. I might, because it's close enough to my cap, he might pillage, but I'd probably prioritize the rune first. If he shows up, we'll kill him with the spearman.
What about, yeah?
Okay, this is what I want to talk about. Okay, so yeah. So this turn, right now...
4-2.
Yeah. Oh,
we need just 2 food.
Which we should... Can we get 2? No, we can't. Can't get 2 food anywhere, right?
We had already gone this route, which means that we've already gotten that extra turn we were shooting for. We actually have excess food of 4.
So this should be the turn we should...
Cut off 2 food for the next 2 turns, basically. So we should go from here to here.
Yeah, but unwork the other cattle. Unwork that cattle. So the southern cattle, that one could potentially be blocked by the barb in the second turn. Well, the one in the east, we have no indication that it's going to be blocked yet, and they have to move over a hill, so we'll have a turn to prioritize. Yeah, that looks good to me. All right, let's finish up the mine.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, because you're saying we will actually get the extra 1 production now, and we can sell the iron.
The production will actually, because what happens is the way the turn will roll over. When you hit end turn, the worker would have finished that, but we can't trade the iron at the end of the turn after it finishes unless we do it first. So now we can go sell iron. So if you look right now, you see the nice little iron symbol over by the Germany. Germany wants iron.
Okay. So how come?
Let's sell them some iron.
Yeah. How come when I was playing by myself, I tried trading and they were like, I would go iron. What will you give me for this? And they're like, the deal looks good. They're just like.
This is more memory work, and this is memory work that I was very resistant to learning because it's AI memory work. You want to sell iron? No, you can't sell them in multiples because for whatever reason, the base value of iron is 1.5, but they will round up if you sell them a single iron to 2.
Okay, well that's tedious, but okay. Yep. So I was trying to offer them iron, and they're like, "We'll just take your 5 iron." Sounds great. And I'm like, "That's not fair. Come on, give me at least a gold."
Because when they don't want it, they value it at 0. So what they're basically doing is that's why they take your 5 iron because they value it at 0 when they don't want it.
Okay, so you're saying that this is normally worth 1.5 gold per turn for 30 turns, and they're rounding up.
Yep, they round up to 2 when you do it, but not when you do it intervals. So you need to do just 2 for every single individual iron.
Wow, that's a little bit tedious. So if I just said 3, they will say no, right? And I say that. No. Now they're going back down to 1. Did I piss him off by offering him a bad deal?
Let's see. No, he won't. He won't get mad at that. Okay, and he'll actually pay 2 for that too. So he's just trying to rip you off, essentially. All right, okay. Give him another one and take the embassy as well. So give him the 1 gold per turn on the embassy. That's worth 2.
Oh, so except embassy in general is always worth 1 gold per turn?
Yep.
So you've memorized these things?
Yeah, I've been forced to. My chat just got too cranky with me when I refused to memorize it, so I've eventually done parts of these.
Okay. So we have 3 spare iron. We can't do anything with it.
That's fine. We'll hold on to it for now. Sooner or later, somebody else is going to want iron, or we're going to meet more people. So, and we actually want to hold on to a few iron ourselves anyways, because we're going to want to build swordsmen which have an iron requirement. So.
Right, which is a big difference from Civ 6. I remember this because in Civ 6, you don't use the resources. Like if you have horses and you build a horseman or a cavalry, whatever they're called, then I had originally thought that it was going to consume it, but I still had it.
Yep.
A very big difference.
All right, this is time for cut.
Yeah, we're 30 seconds shy. Let's go ahead and put it in here.
Okay. See you guys in a moment.
See you soon.